Alright there, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. This is Redtail Ray. This is a longly debated video. I've been trying to think about pulling the trigger on finally trying these groove life rings, groove rings. You see them all over Facebook. If you ever click on them, they send you emails and Facebook Messenger messages, and they're really persistent. And so I was looking at the rings again. They're having that sale just last week for Veterans Day, and I was kind of looking at stuff, and I was like, well, they got some really cool new stuff, and I was looking at stuff, and I just closed down the webpage, and then that pop-up pops up, and they say, are you sure you don't want to try one? Like a sample? And you know how those samples work at the grocery store. It's the exact same kind of deal. So what they do is they give you this TryOn, Groove TryOn, 3 rings for 5 days for free. I paid $1.99 for shipping. They send you these directions as well as packing tape to tape the tape back up, and they tell you exactly how to do it. Within 5 days you return the ring. And I was like, alright, you got me. So I pulled the trigger, I spent the $1.99, and I figured I'd do a quick unboxing and my initial thoughts on on the groove rings, and I might revisit it later depending on which one I keep. I followed their sizing chart. I actually had the sizing chart downloaded, and the printout one printed out more than a year ago. I've been thinking about getting one of these, but it just so happens to turn out, again, I just saw another video on those ring intrusions, or whatever you call it. I have a wedding band from my mother-in-law. Actually works at a jewelry store locally here in downtown Minneapolis, and this is a titanium. It used to be black along the outside. I'm not sure if that's even going to show up. Anyways, it used to be black and black rings on the inside. Come on, focus. There you go. So it used to be black along the edges, and the inside you can still see very much so it's black. It used to be black a little bit more along the edges, and then black rings in the center. And it's got scratches, it's beat up, and that's, you know, part of the charm of it. We do all kinds of stuff all the time. My hands are getting scraped up, and I'm getting old, and with the stuff that I do normally, I'm not usually too worried about getting my finger ripped off. I don't work in electrical, high voltage, low voltage, or any of that stuff anymore. Used to work low voltage, but always kind of worried about getting that skin ripped off your finger. So I decided to pull the trigger. Here's my unboxing. Already opened the package. Let's see what they sent. Wow. Alright, so I have chosen the original Camel Cryptek Diablo. And it looks like that. I'm actually really surprised at the quality of the printing on that, or I guess it might be the way they fused that together. I was not expecting that to be so detailed. And so that looks really good. I'm just kind of squishing it a little bit, and I'm noticing, I haven't even put it on my finger yet, but I squished it a little bit, and I kind of heard some cracking. Oh boy, yeah, look at that. Is that showing up? Granted, it's not a rubber ring, but I hoped it wouldn't crack like that right away. So let's try that on. It actually looks and feels really nice. It is flexible. It's the exact right size. I'm a size 9, so that it fits really good. They say it's supposed to fit snug. And I like the look of that, actually. Not too shabby groove. I don't know what to think about that cracking. initially on the inside where I was just flexing it a little bit, and there's so maybe it is just a surface coat. Maybe it's not supposed to be flexed that much. I don't know. So there you go. There's the original Camel Cryptek Diablo. It'd be kind of cool if the pattern actually matched right there instead of being a cutoff. But I get it. You got to do what you got to do. Very nice. Very, very impressed. Like that. Next one up is the Sierra Edge Dimension, and this one I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see at all. Maybe I try to get the reflection, but the Sierra Edge Dimension, the edge is the new edge that they kind of put on these, which is like a chamfer at 45 degrees. It's supposed to be top-notch stuff, and what I'm seeing right away here, I'm not sure if that's going to show up, is along that edge, especially like right in there, it seems like it's fresh cut. The grooves go in there. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I like the pine trees. I chose this one over the topographical. It was kind of like a wood grain pattern. I'm not sure how much stuff's going to get caught up in there. But this one has the double layer. That one actually fits just the same. It's pretty nice. Actually, it's a lot more flexible than the Camel one. It's a lot squishier, like a lot squishier. But yeah, and you see that right on the edge. There's some burrs. It's like it's fresh cut, and you can totally see. I'm sure, you know, just like tire nubbins on fresh cars, that'll probably wear off. But I'm not sure about that one yet. I'll have to think about it. And again, I'm not sure. I like the idea of having it stamped like that. Those Sierra pine trees, or, you know, not necessarily pine trees, but yeah, I don't know about that one. And there, you know, there's a little bit of fuzz coming off there too, a little bit. I'm not sure if they laser cut that done or how that would work. It's kind of cool. I'm just not sure if I like the finish on that. It's kind of rough around the edges. So there's that one, and then the last one, again, looks like a coating to it. It's a lot more rigid. I'm not hearing any cracking with this one. This is a wood grain, original Nomad burled walnut. This is actually kind of like the Cryptek one. It's kind of got like a coating to it where it's a little bit sticky. I'm not sure, but I think take that one off. I kind of like the way that one looks. It looks like a wood ring. And I don't see, there's like no, oh, there it is right there. The pattern cut. Right where that dark slice is. It's really not as noticeable at all though compared to that Cryptek Camel pattern. So I think that one so far is my favorite, and it looks like wood. So I don't know, there you go, there's my unboxing, there's my initial thoughts, I guess, on the groove rings. I'll let you know which one I decide to keep. So far I think this one's my favorite. I just like that wood look. Working with wood all the time, it's a lot more subtle. It's not as, I don't know. This one seems to fit a lot snugger. But again, it's more flexible. I'm not really happy with the finish and the little nubbins and stuff on that. And the Camel one seemed to have some, yeah. Focus. You squeeze it just a little bit and you can start seeing some of them white cracks coming out. So So maybe we'll see. I'm not sure. Anyways, here's my initial thoughts. See what I think in the next couple days and send one back, and if you see it on my hands, whatever one I decide to choose, that'll be that. I do kind of like the way that stands out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you next time.